Alright, as you can see, I'm in the skid loader today. I was working on one project and decided to do another one here quick. I got a shooting lane right there in front of me. This was logged a few years ago, and all the logging slash that was in the lane is rotten and broken down. So I'm going to do some cleanup today. I want to clean out the lane so I can seed it down with Clover. Now, I like to seed down my shooting lanes for a couple different reasons, which I'll explain later in the video. But for right now, I'm going to get at it and clean up this shooting lane. Alright, and just like that, it's all done. About 30 minutes it took. Basically what I did is I just pushed all this trash off to the side. Got a lot of young trees here, so I'm going to have to spray this before I seed it down. Might have to scrape it too one more time to get some more dirt showing, but there's quite a bit of dirt. Actually, the leaves will rot away too and stuff by the time I'm ready to seed. So, and I might trim up some of those. I didn't have the saw with me. But for the most part, it's looking good. So just push the logging slash off to the side. Once I get to the end of the lane here, you'll see the stand. But the reason I like to seed my shooting lanes, now I'm thinking more rifle hunting, even though that is a great bow stand. But during rifle season, which is peak rut here in Minnesota, these deer are running hard because it's peak rut. So I seed these lanes because I want to have a reason for them to stop in the lane. You know, sometimes they'll stop and they'll take a bite, and that gives you a chance to get a shot off. And now we're getting close enough to the stand that I could even potentially get a bow shot if they decide to come in range here. And it is nice just to have that little extra traction. So what I'd seed this lane down with is probably white Dutch clover, chicory, maybe a little ladino clover, which are all fairly shade tolerant. But if you look up, I mean, I'm gonna have full sun here, so that shouldn't be an issue as far as getting something to grow in here. My plan will be to spray this down hard, kill all the woody stuff, and then come in before it rain, probably in the summer, and seed this down. Now, clover, if you're seeding in the middle of the summer, you need to catch it before it rain. Otherwise, it'll fry, it'll burn up. I mean, the best time to seed it is to frost seed it. So I might have to do the prep too this year and seed the following spring. But I'll probably, since clover's cheap, I'll probably try to get something down this year. And if it burns up, whatever, it'll be ready for frost seeding next year. And I did clear some trails through here because I want to incentivize the deer to come within bow range if possible. So I pushed the logging slash back here, and up on this hill I got some bedding cut in, and the whole woods is logged. I mean, you can see it looks like a bomb went off. It's a few years ago, but that's starting to all come back. So it's pretty much all bedding that direction. And then we have really nice bedding down over there. So this stand is set up between the two bedding areas. So it is a good location. And yeah, I want to just make it a little bit more attractive. I should add one other reason that I seed down my shooting lanes is because if we don't seed it down, eventually all this stuff grows up and you got to keep spraying it every few years. I'd rather just do the clover, which once established does a pretty good job of choking everything else out, and just kind of maintain that, than I have to come in and spray chemical every few years. If I got the clover in here, I can frost seed into it a little bit every spring, just keep it going. I'll spot spray the thistle that I'm sure is going to come up here next summer, and that's actually one thing I'll do, is let the thistle come and then spray this whole darn hillside. But yeah, it should be set up and ready to go. I suppose I should show where the deer stand is here quick. And we got right up over here. There's the stand right up on a high knoll. It's got a lane looking out that way. Got a good travel corridor that kind of runs right here. And we'll add this bottom travel corridor, and there's one that cuts on top. There was a good buck in daylight up there during rifle season. Of course, nobody was in this stand. But yeah, just working to set it up and make it better. All right, that's all I got for today. Just had to tack this follow-up onto the back part of the shooting lane project video. Look at all the traction here. It's crazy. It just snowed. The deer clearly appreciated that I opened up this space for them. I mean, I just walked from over there and there were tracks all the way up to the deer stand. They are in here heavy. You give them space to move and they will use it. I'll just imagine I had a little bit of food here just to get them to stop as they're running between bedding areas. Make it that much better. Fun to see the deer respond to the work we do. All right, now y'all can take care. God bless.